welcome. Should we show the photo you?
Look at my poop stain. I think I have parallel poop stains.
You think they're sweat stains or poop stains?
No, it's something from work.
When you pooped at work?
Well, I got like condensed milk or something on my pants and then went like this. Because I sit like this pretty frequently. Anywho, hello everybody.
How's everybody feeling? I know Karl's doing great.
How many episodes in are we? Again, you
I think
said the
this
number.
is 23 or 24.
That's pretty crazy.
20? That's not... And we haven't missed a week yet. I mean, that's... I've definitely fallen off. I haven't, like... There's been a couple weeks where I've missed clips.
Yeah, you know.
But, hey, man. I was thinking about that the other day about, like... I think you said it. Anything that you do consistently enough is bound to catch some sort of traction, you know?
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about it as, like, with my music and stuff like that. Because, you know, now I'm... EP's out. Singles are done. I'm, like, moving on to the next thing. And, you know, I can't... I mean, the EP is doing moderately well comparatively to, like, my past releases. But, you know, comparatively to...
What are you excited to do differently
this time?
next project?
Finish it quicker. I mean, I said it on the podcast, but, like, hindsight let me, like, prove to myself that I can make a song, like, in a reasonable amount of time.
There's less good and bad decisions to be made,
And just,
maybe.
It's
Making decisions and rolling with them.
Yeah, it's more lateral movement.
Yeah, I listened to one of my demos today, which I shouldn't call a demo because it's not a demo, but I mean, obviously I pour a lot of time into, like, mixing before it's time to mix and that pesky habit, but really sounds it's there. Like you've
demo?
been saying, Rose Champion.
This fucking guy. Karl, like, recorded this song, and it's, like, done. And then he was going to go in the studio, and I was like, oh, what are you doing in the studio? He's like, well, I'm gonna re-record the drums.
Yes.
And you know what? And I've been there. And the only reason I was harsh, but in, like, a funny way. But the only reason I was so harsh of, like, you're a fucking idiot, you don't need to redo your drums. It's because I've been there before. And then you spend...
And it doesn't work. It's not...
It never works!
It's not that it's like, oh, you could do that, but it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, and it's not going to be any better.
Yeah.
It's just going to be different.
It never
for no
fucking
reason.
I think did I just clip the microphone? I'll just be...
Anywho, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
But,
yeah, I'm excited to do things faster.
Anything else?
Trust my instincts. And I also have realized that, you know, I think I can tell when songs are good right off the bat. Like, my own songs, I mean. Like, when I write it, when the first, like, 4-bar loop happens, I can tell, like, that's going to be cool. That's a song. I know it's going to be a song. And I've definitely in the past gotten, like, small demos and 4-bar loops that I, like, force into a song.
Mm-hmm.
And that ends up being, like, I have to add a fuckload of layers and stuff like that and really, really hyper focus on small things to convince myself that it's a good song. So I'm going to be really ruthless in my decision-making process for my songs, I think. Like, if it's not vibing, I'm over. No, see ya. Goodbye.
All right, okay.
But once...
You're going to shelf a lot more things, you think?
Yeah, but I'll just, like, repurpose them later. You know, like, the ideas or whatever. But then once I do get a song, I'm just going to try and fucking...
Rip it up quickly.
Just sprint to the end because there's just that...
Got to get more at-bats, you know?
More at-bats, and also there's just there's a ticking time bomb of creativity. You can't sit with something for so long. The second you get that creative bug and you're like, oh shit, this is cool. From that moment on, the longer you spend on it is you're just going to start to not like it as much. And when you don't like the creative things you're making, there's no fucking point. Noah and I were talking about that the other day out in the backyard. We're talking about just like working hard or whatever, fucking grind culture shit, and like how in creative endeavors it's not as simple as just fucking putting in the man hours. Because with creative works, if you don't like it, it's going to suffer, and there's no point in doing it, because it's so subjective.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, not only will it make you miserable, but nobody's going to give a fuck because humans have a very good ability or a good sense of like when you are also excited about something versus just like faking it.
That definitely. But like also it is fucking soul crushing to pour your heart and soul into something
And not be proud of it.
I mean, that's a whole other layer. I was going to say like you put so much time and effort into these songs and you end up hating it, and then like or even if you don't hate it, and then to see it not do super well, it's taxing. I mean, it's not like I'm going to stop making music, but holy shit, is it not fun to fucking put out a song and have it like less than 1,000 streams, It's not fucking fun. So, that being said, like, if I'm going to be doing music and making music or whatever, like, if I'm not having fun in the process, get fucked.
Yeah. Right. You have to have some sort of, like, reward somewhere,
Yeah.
And if you're not, I hear you. I feel you, dog.
But also on the same side of the coin, other side of the coin, it kind of loops in with what I was saying before about doing something long enough that you're bound to get some sort of traction. Just put out the EP, feel good about it, excited about it, but it is a little bit, like, all right, that was a lot of work. Now I'm back to square one, and I'm definitely more ahead than I was, but it is like, fuck, all right, here we go again. And, it's like that stupid fucking meme that everyone knows where it's like chopping away to find diamonds, and like the one guy gives up and he's like that close.
Yeah.
And he turns back. It's stupid, but it's so fucking true. You just gotta keep trucking. You gotta have wavering tunnel vision.
Sick.
And listen to your gut, eat your vegetables, and go to the gym.
Yes.
What do you think about all this Writers Guild stuff?
It's pretty crazy now that SAG's a part of it, because what sucked about this whole strike is that, like, it wasn't working. And that, like, the writers went on strike and all of the studios were like, well, fuck them. They already wrote it anyways. We'll just fucking keep filming it.
Yeah.
And now SAG is like, no, we're not fucking doing this. And now Kevin Bacon's in the fucking picket line and shit. And
Kevin Bacon?
well, yeah, it's just like now all the fucking star power is in on it too.
Yeah.
They already were. They were like, we support writers. I'm going to go to work.
Yeah.
But now they're
Sick.
striking too. And
do you think
now they have to fucking pay attention,
Yeah.
So I think it's going to work now, but I had no faith in the Writers Guild before, I mean, I think they would have reached some sort of deal, but the compromise would not have been in their favor. And now I kind of am thinking the opposite because, I mean, it fucking sucks, but I think the reality of the situation is like, now fucking Ryan Reynolds is on strike in the middle of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot bigger of a deal than fucking the writers not being on set, So
I think that I've had two thoughts about this thing. I'm not super well informed about it, but my one thought, I think I asked this to you, but I'm just going to pose it to our listeners. Maybe you can fill me in. We obviously live in Los Angeles where working actors and working writers and stuff like that. When I say like working actors, I mean people who do like background work and commercials. I'm not talking about like movie stars. I'm talking about just working middle class actors. That's a big part of our economy and the community, right? There's a lot of people who do that. So when we hear that the writers or actors are on strike, it's very much in like our backyard and everyone's talking about it and blah, 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 blah. I wonder if the rest of the country looks at this as just some other like stupid, like, oh, these fucking LA rich fucking actor people, like, what do they want, more money? You know what I mean? I wonder if you guys think that. Or if you guys are also like, yeah, you know, like,
Yeah.
go Writers Guild.
Tough to say. I don't think it was as big of a deal to other places in the world when it was just the writer's strike.
But now it's big because
Now-
Deadpool's on halt.
That's what I'm saying. Now it's because it's like, yeah, there's so much more attention because the actors they're literally called the stars. So
Yeah.
the fucking obviously it's going to garner more national attention. I also think it's going to be a lot more of what you just said, like people being like, fuck those people. They make millions of dollars a year. Why are they fucking striking?
Well,
But it's once you look into the details of it, it's you have to look into like who they're trying to support. Ryan Reynolds is not upset with how much he's getting paid.
no, it's the working class.
It's the fucking working class actors, and there's fucking millions of them here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe not millions. Hundreds of thousands, though.
For
That's
sure.
a fucking easy estimate. And yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know if this is the place where you know, anybody that's listening wants to hear the nitty gritty details, but I'll just state the hot topic of the fucking Screen Actors Guild strike is that fucking shit that Colin was telling us about with the AI scanning of the faces. So I'll quick explain it for y'all. Colin, our faithful producer, who's not even here right now, he does background acting work, and one of the gigs he got paid for. One of the things that he did was he got sat down, and it's kind of like a big sphere of multi cameras, and they're taking photos and scans of your face in all these different angles, and it was preparing for AI to be able to use your likeness and kind of generate you as a person, as a background actor in other works. So if there's 20,000 people running from a tornado in Sharknado 5, they'll just superimpose Colin running away from the tornado instead of hiring Colin as a real actor whenever Sharknado 5 gets made, hypothetically. So they've already begun doing this, which I don't think a lot of people realize, is that it's not something that they
are going to do.
They haven't been allowed to do it. They've started scanning people's faces and paying them for that day of work with the intention of never bringing them back to do more work. It's already started, but that's what Screen Actors Guild is trying to halt right now, or at least figure out a way to properly compensate people for using their likeness in the future. But
you know, it would be sick if, you know, every time someone got their likeness used, they, you know, just take a book out of Spotify's page out of Spotify's book, you know? It'd probably be like 0.2 cents
some
every
sort
time
of
you're like
residual of your fucking likeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. It should be more than that, but I'm just saying that's probably what it's gonna fucking be. Some bullshit
most likely,
royalty.
because there is no laws about it right now. I mean, the music laws around streaming fucking suck, but at least they exist.
They got better
you know?
with the Music Modernization Act and shit like that, but they're still completely fucking stupid and not up to date. Like, just the thing that sucks about that, and I guess all laws, is it's like it's vernacular and it's fucking like loopholes in like the licensing and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it's just really difficult to close up those loopholes when new technology is coming out at such a fast rate, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and the other reality is that they're it's always going to be a compromise, and the people that are on top are going to remain to be on top no matter how hard you try. There is no tackling of the establishment that's going to happen from this. It's just it might be a little bit less shitty. But
I thought about that too. I was like, damn. I mean, the strike is a strike, and obviously strikes can yield good results, but I don't know. Fucking when all of these productions got halted, now that, you know, and like you said, like now that Ryan Reynolds is in it and shit like that, it's got a lot of attention, which makes it more powerful. But before, during like just the writing strike, it wasn't affecting like the stars or like the big fucking execs or people who are writers and executive producers and stuff like that. It was just affecting like small people in the industry.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like really...
It still is, bro. You know, you fucking Joey, you know him.
Mm-hmm.
He builds fucking sets for a living. He's a fucking production guy.
Actually,
I didn't fucking know that.
Jake from the Whatever We Want podcast, shout out Jake, great homie of ours. I just saw a clip of them talking about it, and that was his exact point. He's like, obviously I stand with like the Writers Guild and the fucking, what is it, SAG? That's what it's what it is, and SAG. But he's like, I feel bad for like cameramen.
Yeah,
and, like,
dude, they're not getting compensated for fucking shit, and a lot of those guys are fucking 1099 fucking contractors. They don't have shit. Nobody's looking out for them. I mean, there is union work for those guys, but a lot of people aren't union. You know, yeah, it's fucked. It's super, super, super fucked. And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, it's a good thing, and it is something that should happen because they are fighting for people that deserve to be like fought for, but they're not fighting for everybody on the bottom. They're fighting for a specific aspect of it. And yeah, it's not good.
You think the movie industry is gonna be mostly in like Atlanta or something like that in the next little bit?
No, I mean, it like the business will never leave Hollywood.
Yeah.
Productions are already moving out of LA a lot. You know what I mean?
I know.
Unless it's a small budget production that takes place in LA, then it still makes sense to do LA. But like the days of like shutting down an entire street in LA is
well, now they do it in fucking
done.
Atlanta. We saw it.
Yeah. Joker didn't leave though. Joker was fucking right
LA?
in Hollywood. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, no, I mean yeah, it's gonna move. Like it's gonna be all over the place.
Yeah. Is there like a writers guild for like musicians, like something equivalent?
I want to say yes.
Is there like a musicians union?
I want to say that there is, but I don't know how.
That would work.
I don't know exactly what aspect of the industry it is.
I'd be willing to.
It's not like an artists union. It
No.
might be like a session musicians.
I was thinking like
thing,
songwriters.
or songwriters. Yeah, but I'm not sure. Maybe we'll fucking do some research and fucking check in on that next time.
I probably won't do any research. Speaking of writers, I have my songs. Last week I got cut off because my fucking phone died. But I'm coming at you hot and heavy with my list of songs that you should fuck with that you might not know. First one, Juno Dream is the name of the artist. To the Moon is the name of the song. It's like, what's that fucking... It's like a drum machine, but it's got that like fake clave. I think Mac DeMarco uses it.
Oh, yeah, the CR78, Roland CR78.
Now, I'm not great at like hearing a drum machine and hearing, but it sounds, if it's not that, it sounds very similar. It sounds like some fucking Mac DeMarco shit. And it's just like kind of droning, and it's got this really like open guitar tuning on acoustic guitar and really spacey vocals. And I was really fucking inspired by it, and I'm trying to. Are
you talking about the same drum machine that like I have all the samples for that I've been?
I don't know. Here, I'll mute the thing so we don't get fucking copyright. But listen.
Okay.
What's that?
Yeah, it's the it's the CR78 or something similar. Like those samples were programmed into multiple drum machines for a long time, but it's pre 808.
Yeah. So To the Moon by Juno Dream. Check it up.
I'm gonna grab my phone.
All right, check it the fuck out, motherfuckers. Next on the list here, this is Comatose by Low Hum. Low Hum is a band that, where are they from? I'll read you their bio. Low Hum, the kaleidoscope creation of artist Colin Desha. You know what? I'm not going to read this because I think I'm
What's
dyslexic.
the song?
It's called Comatose by Low Hum. Oh, he's from Hawaiian native, now residing in L.A. Interesting. Low Hum, Comatose. It's got fucking like this really like wavy synth sound. It kind of like reminds me. The synth reminds me of what's that fucking Olivia Rodrigo song? What's that fucking Olivia Rodrigo song?
I'm not the person to ask. I don't know.
Have you ever listened to that record?
Yeah.
Shout out to her and her fucking songwriters and producers. They did a good fucking job. Cause I'm real quick to fucking shit on a Disney star turn musician, and obviously like she had a lot of fucking help, but fuck, good fucking on them. See you, wallet. Next song. I told you I was coming in hot. I should probably save some for next week or some shit like that.
Feel free.
This one is fucking totally. You guys probably know it, but That's Where I Am by Maggie Rogers. I didn't know who the fuck Maggie Rogers was.
Really? Are you serious?
Dude,
you never saw the video
Nope.
of Pharrell Williams crying at NYU?
Nope.
What?
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
That's how Maggie Rogers is like a fucking thing. Like
What the fuck was he crying about?
Pharrell Williams.
I know him. I'm aware.
Yeah, with the hat, Anyway, he fucking did like a outreach like NYU audio engineering thing, right? And a couple of students were picked to like go and be in part of this fucking thing where they played him their music they had been working on as part of their like senior project or whatever the fuck they were doing. And it was like all filmed for NYU purposes or whatever. And they put it out on YouTube, and Maggie Rogers played the song Alaska in its like then form, like whatever demo form it was in or in progress form. And he fucking like cried and was like really emotionally moved by it.
Shit.
And that's why Maggie Rogers is at all a thing, is because she like played a fucking demo while she was still in college. And
Well, she's still fucking killing it.
yeah,
Because
but that was way back in like 2014. Probably.
I think this record that that song is off of is pretty old.
She's so much more than just that video, but that's like the claim to fame.
Yeah.
You know.
And then the last one, I'm gonna give these guys a fucking shout out because they're like, I think, let me see how many monthly listeners they have. I think they're real, quote unquote, low, way higher than me, but low in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, like 45,000 monthly listeners. Scotch Mist. I follow him on Instagram. I don't know who the guy is who plays bass, but I've seen videos of him playing bass, and he's fucking killer. My favorite song by them is Breathe Underwater. Very catchy. Very interesting. It's pretty polished production style wise, but it's like still really, it's kind of like psychedelic, like really polished psychedelic music.
Cool.
Psych pop kind of shit. You got any songs?
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to do like an album. I mean, the song that I listened to that made me find these guys it's called Darker Time, Darker Space. It's by a band called Elephant Stone. You know them?
Elephant Stone, no.
What?
Darker Time, Darker Space. I was just going to, damn, Carl.
Sounds
right up your alley.
I'm not going to lie to you. I had no idea that was the name of the song because I just heard this.
Sounds like Carl's fucking Tuesday.
I heard I heard the song and I just liked it and added it to my liked songs because I've just been like I've been on my shit making sure I add things to my liked songs for this purpose.
Yeah.
So I don't have to think about it and I can just go back and see what my top couple of songs are. And I never looked at what the name of the song was, and then every time I went in to listen to it, I just looked at the picture of the. So I honestly didn't know that this was the name of the song. But anyway, Darker Time, Darker Space by Elephant Stone, and then I put on the whole album one day at work, and the whole album's sick. It's fucking just the most psych rock you can get. It fucking sounds like fucking 2012 to 2014 Tame Impala. They fucking should have been a Desert Days type shit. You know, they sound like a fucking compressor vibrato space echo fucking band, and they're just sick, you know? It's great. This album's from 2020. It's called Hollow. But I did briefly listen to some of their other music, and it's also really cool. I mean, fucking look at the picture. It's not going to focus, is it?
I'll just put it up.
It's a guy on the moon playing sitar. But yeah, I don't know. They got like 100,000 monthly listeners, and they're fucking sick. Putting out new music.
Fuck yeah.
Been around since looks like 2013. Was there? Ooh, 2009.
Damn.
Yeah, these guys have been around the block.
We have like no time, but I'm gonna ask you this quick question. What do you think about like getting old and like getting famous when you're old?
It's funny. I've been thinking less shitty about that.
Me too. I think it's because I'm getting older. I think I'm just compensating in my head.
Yeah. So, you know my favorite.
2 minutes.
You know my favorite.
Example is Anderson .Paak.
No. Well, yes, yeah. Actually, he's a fucking perfect example. However, you know my new favorite fucking obsession, LCD Sound System. The fucking first album that they came out with. He was 35 years old when that came out.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he had a very established career as a DJ in New York City, but he was like underground. And the LCD Sound System and him becoming famous on a national level happened after the fact.
What do you guys think? I'm 25 years old. Am I washed? Karl, you're 25, right?
Allegedly.
Is Karl washed? Are we washed in the next 4 years? In the next 5 years?
Nah.
I think as long as you don't lose your hair, it's fine.
Facts. They say you're not getting any younger, but also the 30s are the new 20s, so.
And the new... yeah. Goodbye.